how did you become so resourceful in building Bill Incorporated?
Gotta eat. Baby needs shoes. What are you gonna do? You know, that's why at least for me, the important thing was cut the ties. No day job, nothing else. Do you make it? Don't delude yourself. If you can't make it as an actor, go work at the Quick Stop. Do something else. But don't pretend that one day I'm going to make it as an actor. Make it or don't make it. That's my theory. It's the only thing that's worked for me.
Have you always had this sort of tough love perspective or matter of fact in the way of getting yourself out there and dealing with rejection? Or did this come over time through getting knocked down and having to learn to get back up?
I've never known anything else than being picked on or being felt odd or being excluded. I was never popular. I'm not an attractive guy. I've never felt as if I fit in anywhere. But luckily I picked a profession where all of those things are assets and not liabilities. So yeah, I love being able to manipulate marketing results. I've always been fascinated by how you can tell people what a product is, and if you do it correctly, they will believe it and purchase the product. I find that fascinating endlessly. So my little marketing brain is always thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? New avenues, new avenues. Take This Lollipop. Came out in Germany on German television. And so I thought, I wonder if I could get some German producers or distributors interested in me because it was very popular in Germany. And so I sent them a link from YouTube of a German site called Der Spiegel TV, and they were talking in German about THIS LOLLIPOP, Bill Oberst Jr. So I wrote my little cover letter in German using Google Translate and wrote to about 13 distributors, and I got a nice bite from a pretty big German distributor of horror movies, and they want to talk to me about doing a development deal based on the strength of the Take This Lollipop thing. Not the same character, but doing some horror movies with me. And that was just because I thought, how can I make this work for me and exploit this? And it was all free, it cost nothing.
How do you manipulate Google search, and what does that mean to go wide? Like what exactly are you doing?
Like that.
You can manipulate Google search results by having multiple instances of whatever search result you want across the web. You want to have the same message and the same keywords in metadata if possible within the website, in your own website certainly, but across every interview that you do, every piece of PR you put out, have those same keywords that you want associated with it. Google image search results are very easy to manipulate. You need to have the right pixel size, at least 500 pixels wide. You need to have an alt within there. If there's an alt tag 500 pixels wide, if you can put the name on the picture, that's even better. But you don't have to. It's going to pick it up. The spider's going to look for the alt tag first, the size second, and then multiple instances of that image across the web. This is where you sit there in your pajamas for 12 hours and you look up and it's 7 o'clock and you think, my God, I didn't even eat lunch, but I manipulated Google search results. Which is more important? I don't know. I guess it depends what industry you're in.
Well, and then everyone thinks that acting is so glamorous and it's walking the red carpet and it's doing all this.
Glamorous.
But this is what it really is. Do you think a lot of people have in them those things, to sit behind that computer and to do a lot of very boring, dull work with no interaction from other people except a computerized message back and forth?
I don't know. I mean, I wish that I had come to Hollywood before I was born, in the days when you actually could be discovered. But you can't now, and this is what you have to do. You have to build yourself before anybody's going to be interested in you. And if you don't have the resilience to do that, then, you don't. People call you from back home and from other places, and they say, what are you doing? At working. Oh, you're on set? No, in front of the computer. Oh, you're playing in front of the computer. They have no idea. And you can't describe to them because they get bored. When you talk about the intricacies of HTML tags, they don't care. But if an actor is not really computer savvy, like these two sides of your brain are many actors. Oh, I just want to act. I just want to act. Right. Baby, you can't act unless you market. You've got to do both. So you have your marketing head on, and then when it's time to turn that off, close that file, open up your performing brain. And maybe this came from years of touring theater, where I actually had to load in props and set up sound and do sound checks, and then realize, oh my God, now I actually have to do the show too, and tear it down and drive to the next town. So you compartmentalize things. It helps to be a little nuts.
Well, we hear this from a lot of the actor friends that we know that, oh, I don't want to do, I don't have a YouTube channel, I don't want to deal with all that.
Oh, they're
all
crazy.
That,
No YouTube
my
channel?
people, yeah.
What are
I'll
they
let my
thinking?
people do that for me.
They have people? Good. Let their people. I don't have people. This is my people. I'm my people. People? What are people? If I had people, I don't think I'd trust them. I really don't. I want to do this myself. This is my persona, my brand. I know who I am. I don't want people creating things for me because that's not authentic. It has to be a part of who I am.
So what are you doing to drum up work when you go through those stagnant periods that all actors go to? What do you do to keep that phone ringing?
You said work begets work. What do you do?
Work begets work. Work as much as you possibly can. If you're not working, you're in a dry spell, and we all hit the dry spells. Can you work on a friend's project? Do it. Keep working, because the more you work, the more people see that you're working, and they want to hire you. Why? Because you're working. And then you get work because you're working, and it's a complete cycle. Don't ever stop working. Keep creating opportunities for yourself to work. But in those dry spells, you feel like you're never going to work again. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden the dam bursts, and usually it bursts because you went ahead and worked. Even if you weren't getting paid, you did something. You did a favor for a friend. Just keep working.